Hello and welcome to NSK's PP Power Hour, brought to you by NewSchoolCotton.com. My name is Yoshi. This is for July 9th, 2016. And as always, I am joined by Charlie Draco Cotton. What's up?
Yo. Well, we got a challenge going. You want to tell them about that one?
Okay, the challenge. Okay. The 2 PVs you hate?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to be talking about 6 PVs tonight. And at the end of the show, I will guess which 2 PVs Draco hates from tonight's list. So
I got to get in on that too.
I will reveal that information. So don't say which one you hate. Just do your regular critiques and your scores. I guess your scores will reflect it. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't give your score for PVs tonight.
What?
Okay.
For Draco. For Draco.
Oh, for PVs or for songs? Or
for PVs. It's Draco just hates 2 PVs tonight.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you meant like PV, like the whole package.
Oh, is it a whole package thing then, Draco?
No.
Okay,
no.
it's the PVs. It's visuals.
Just the PVs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know which ones they are.
Okay, so don't reveal
we'll
don't reveal your score. You can critique it, but don't reveal your score, and we'll wait until the end of the show to reveal our picks for the 2 you hate, and you get to reveal the scores and the which ones you actually hate. So, and the other voice you heard is Chase Lim. What's up, man?
Well, it is nothing much.
What it is?
On my new computer, I'm loving life.
You loving it? McDonald's?
Yeah.
Have it your way.
Yeah. I'll have it my way on epic settings.
Nice. That's always good. All right, so we're gonna start off with something really interesting that I've never heard of before. This group is called Hauptharmonie.
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 Yeah, it's French, I believe.
Hauptharmonie.
Hauptharmonie.
Yeah.
Okay, this song's called Kidnapper Blues Hitosarai no Yuutsu. So it's this song is about the struggles of a kidnapper. Literally.
And it's a trigger PV.
It is very trigger PV, so if you're of, I don't know, not faint of heart, because there's like no gore or anything, but like, there is like edgy imagery, like pills and knives and suicide, so yeah, if you're faint of heart, turn away.
Alcohol.
And alcohol abuse. Hey guys, look at these teenage girls pretending to abuse alcohol, pills, and commit crimes and murder and kidnapping and suicide.
Idol scene's all about being edgy as possible. No.
Clearly, for this group at least. And she's got a blunt or something. I don't know what that is.
It does kind of remind me of Biss in some ways.
Yeah, but Biss isn't like, hey, I'm smoking a joint. Woo! It's more like, hey, there's fake blood splattering everywhere. You know?
We're naked.
Yeah, they're not like actually popping pills and like stabbing people, or about to stab people.
Yeah, it's more like
maybe. Oh, it's not French. It's German, I think.
German, okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because their website is in another language besides Japanese.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. All their credits in the info too, they're all done in Japanese, English, and then like German.
German or Russian or something to that effect.
Yeah, it's German. That's really interesting.
Well, I think that's because their second full album is German. Hers Uber Kopf. Herz Uber Kopf.
I love that accent, Yoshi.
Means edgy as fuck in German, I believe. I'm assuming. I can only imagine.
This song is really interesting too. It's like punk music and like jazz. Blues, like avant-garde jazz had a baby.
Yeah. It reminded me of like the screeching horns and like the fast drumming reminded me like Soul and the Pimps sessions, because they're like the biggest like jazz band that I know of that's still like active or has released anything in the past couple of years.
Well, yeah, their stuff is like they just like
amazing.
banging on their stuff.
I love their music.
Yeah.
So it sort of had that feel to it, and I love the concept of I've always said I want jazz to be a thing for idol groups. No one does it consistently. No one does every song in jazz. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Jazz or like big band?
Yeah, or either. I think it would be great.
Okay.
Like, someone should just do an entire cover album of Brian Setzer Orchestra. Just because,
I'd be down
I
with
can handle that.
Or Michael Bublé, right?
that. That's more adult contemporary.
Yeah. Easy listening type stuff there, but
Yeah, but I get your point.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's my thing. I've seen some groups do jazz, like Deanna Sweet's Deep Snow is,
Yeah.
I believe, jazzy.
Yeah,
What's
there's
that group?
been a lot of groups that'll throw in like a jazzy song here and there, but
Bell Ring
But-
Shoujo Heart, right? Did a jazzy
They
song.
they don't
did
stick to
part
that.
Jazzies. Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Is no group like actually sticks to jazz. Like, hey, all of our songs are gonna have like a swing beat. No one does it.
Yeah.
Yep. My biggest gripe with idol groups, they always half-ass something. They never go all in.
Yeah. So like this group went all in on this song. I don't know what their other songs sound like, so I should probably check it out since they at least have one other album out. From
I
before.
can't remember what their last one sounded like.
I've never even
covered
heard
it.
this group.
Well, we covered them back
Must have
when
been,
Dave
Like
was
last
here.
year. Yeah.
Yeah. And they were pretty good. I enjoyed what they did.
Was it like this, or was it like
No,
avant-garde? Or
I don't remember. That's the thing. I don't think it was like this. But it was definitely not typical Idol.
Well, they have a producer that clearly knows what they're doing, because I think the song is produced in a way where it's faithful to like jazz music and it's done creatively, so it's not just like straight jazz music, and they were able to incorporate like idol vocals into it.
It reminds me a lot of this really obscure like subgenre of metal called black jazz, where they combine like death metal and black metal with like really avant-garde jazz. Like just like because there's a lot of like frantic like sax wailing like in this. There's like they're just kind of like randomly whacking on the drums at times too. Like a lot of those elements that were reflected in the song really reminded me of that when I was listening to it.
Yeah.
First time, yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's a super interesting song. So the PV, like we said, very dark imagery.
Very
Not
edgy.
really, not really what I'm into. But
I really don't like the way that they portrayed it. It's very tongue-in-cheek with the way they did it, and I really don't like it. You can tell that none of these girls are suicidal.
yeah.
There's too much humor in it in the end for me.
I mean, you could argue, like, in movies, when people play a character, they play a character that's not them. So you could say, hey, this is what they did. They played.
Yeah,
a
but in
character.
movies, they don't turn it into a joke where they're laughing and smiling at the end.
I mean, some movies do, like those B horror movies.
Well, yeah, in some
I think-
cases,
I
I,
think-
don't
I
like
think you-
those either. So.
Well, I mean, I don't like them either, but like, that's the way I look at it. Is like, yeah, it's sort of not cool to make fun of that stuff, but people do it in any media, so it just happens. Whether it's alcohol abuse, suicide, or murder, or drug abuse, it's not cool to make fun of. They sort of make fun of it here, but I don't know if it's so much in jest rather than, hey, this is like dark and adult themed. Not so much like, hey, I have a drug problem. I'm eating pills.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it just hits too close to home for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure it hits close to home for a lot of people who have like gone through that stuff. So it's like, come on, guys. Like,
Yeah.
this concept's a bit like not quite appropriate. But
Aggressively inappropriate.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
you're not even like you don't suffer from those issues, and why are you, pretending?
Yeah.
It's probably management's fault.
Oh yeah,
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't blame the girls for it, even if they did have something to do with it. I mean, it's their choice to do it. I don't find it an appropriate theme for this. I mean, it's not like watching Kurt Cobain in a song where he's talking about suicide, and you do just by looking at him that guy had something wrong with him.
yeah.
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 Yeah, I don't like. Even though the song was out, I don't think it matched the tone of the PV or whatever they're trying
Yeah.
to go for. Like, if you want to do like a dark theme PV, I don't think the song fits it very well either.
Well, like the theme of the song is kidnapper blues, right? So it's not. There's no kidnapping going on really. Anyways,
it's kind of a disjoint between what they were going for and maybe like what their vision was or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Not a big fan of the
Yeah.
PV. Anything else?
I think that's it. I think covered it.
Chase
Yeah.
score.
Score this. I'll give this song a 75 out of 100. I like the song. Mostly for the instrumentals. The instrumentals were really cool and out. Something I really liked. I wish more idol groups experimented more with that kind of stuff. But I'll give the PV a 59. Felt they handled it pretty poorly, like we talked about previously.
All right, Draco.
I'd give this song like an 80. I really like this song.
Yeah.
I'm with Yoshi. There needs to be more jazz influence in idol music. More sexy saxophone.
Or
Yes.
sexy sax men.
Imagine the amount of sexy like idol groups would come out if they started doing this jazzy shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Not just like sexy to be or sex to be sexy, but like classy, sexy. That's,
Right,
like,
right. You
associated
could
with
do it
jazz.
either way. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, TGS could easily transition into something like this, or something like that.
They should do
could
like a
have.
mini album, like of 5-6 songs. Like that would be perfect. I'd love that.
Yeah?
I just want something from them, you know.
Well,
That's
yeah.
fine.
They haven't done shit, so
They haven't done anything in like a year.
Has it been that long?
Almost.
I mean they
Yeah,
released the album in like November, right? December.
Yeah.
Well, they
We're getting
released,
that.
what, Never Ever?
Or is that in January? I don't know.
I'd have to look.
Anyway. Yoshi, you want to give your score since we're not taking Draco's PV scores?
Yeah, I'm gonna give the PV a 55. It's pretty boring. It's not all that interesting, and the visuals don't really match what I look for in PVs. Song, I'll give a 76. I think it has the potential to be incredible, but I think the vocals just don't do it for me. I don't think it's overly catchy, but I love the instrumentals though. The instrumentals like absolutely carry this song, and it's a concept that I wish more idol groups would explore.
Yep.
That's hot IHOP
IHOP.
Hauptharmonie.
Hauptharmonie.
I mean,
Hauptharmonie?
the way they write
don't
in
know.
katakana is Hauptharmonie. So Hauptharmonie. Kidnapper Blues. Hitosarai no Yutsu.
Harmony?
Haupt.
I don't freaking know.
Hauptharmonie.
Let's leave this one behind before we butcher the Germanic language even more.
Why don't we start by butchering mustaches? Because Kiyoshi Ryuujin 25 is a mustache.
Yeah, and he needs to shave his off because it looks disgusting.
Abanchuru Shioyo! So he wants to fucking go on a vacation with his 7 wives. Or
I sure
6.
it's 7?
It's like 6 or 7. They added
I
a
was
new
like 10.
They added a new member though. I did read on Wikipedia.
Yeah, one of them left and they added somebody else. And
he needs to reach 25. Like,
Is that the end game?
I feel like it is.
Maybe.
Like, otherwise, why else is it like Kiyoshi Ryuujin 25?
Isn't it because he's like 25 or something? I don't know.
No, he's like.
Well,
I mean, maybe when he formed the group, he was like 25, but he's like 27 now. I looked it up. I'm on their website.
Yeah. Well, that actually.
Yeah, so he has 7 wives.
yeah, he's 27, but
Oh no,
there are-
he doesn't. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5th one left. They didn't replace the 5th one, so they moved on to 6 and 7. So he has 6 wives.
He's 27, but he has the aura of like a creepy, like 50-year-old dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of nice car though.
Yeah, man. He has good
Mustang?
taste in classics, at least. Good
Is
taste
that a
in
Mustang?
music too.
I'm assuming it's a Mustang. I see a Bronco horse logo.
Yeah, it's a Mustang.
Okay, good.
It's like a probably 60s or 70s. Yeah, probably 70s Mustang.
So my brother looks like this guy. When he grows a
feel sorry.
mustache, he looks like him.
Does he wear the same glasses?
Yeah, he does.
Oh my gosh.
He
This
wears the
is-
circle glasses.
This is the guy that I would like to just punch in the face.
Yeah, he looks like a fucking
Repeatedly.
douche. Yeah, he looks like a fucking douche. Oh god, you know what I love about this guy? He has that swagger, right? Like he's got this
Yeah.
like I'm a smooth man swagger. He puts his arm around one of his wives.
Yeah,
he starts
and he
doing
starts
the drums and piano work on
Do
their
you,
arm.
do you see her face during that whole sequence? She's just like,
He's so
Tasukite,
he's
save me!
I love that. I fucking love that.
A lot of these girls look pretty like I don't want to be here, disgusted throughout this PB.
Yeah. The happiest they look is when they're not in scenes with him.
Yeah.
I mean, polygamy is a bitch.
And then the freaking cherries. That's just
Yeah, the cherries on, and then when he opens his mouth, like he put the stems into a shape of a heart.
hearts.
Well, they say they say this in Japan at least, where if you can tie the stem, the cherry stem inside your mouth,
Then you're good with your mouth.
you're good. You're a good kisser, is what they imply. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's what they're implying here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or something a bit more risque with your mouth as well.
It could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I tweeted about this earlier. It's like, this group, like, Kiyoshi Ryuujin 25 has such good music, but then it's just like the worst concept ever.
Yep.
None of
Honestly,
theirs- Go ahead.
I honestly don't like this song. So.
Not your favorite from the Kiyoshi Ryuujin 25 catalog.
I can't think of anything that I really liked from his.
I can't either, but I think this is the best thing he's done, or him and his wives have done.
My problem is with their vocals, the wives' vocals. I don't
Yeah,
like the way
that's
they're done.
Yep. I was actually just about to bring that up. They're all
You don't like the airy, like,
yeah, the
chorus
whisper
vocals?
chorus.
They're all
Yeah,
backing vocals.
yeah, essentially.
They're all done in a backing vocal style, and it's like, yeah, I mean, okay, the girls are there to support him because he's an egotistical bastard, but come on, they're so freaking filtered and whispery and airy that they might as well not be there.
The problem is, for me, I've seen, 4 or 5 Kiyoshi Ryuujin PVs for the show by now, and I still don't know any of the members. Like, you could put a photograph of a member in front of my face, and I'd be like, I don't know who the fuck that is. I
I only know
their names.
Kiyoshi Ryuujin.
Yeah,
I don't expect to know their names, but I should at least like look at the member's face and go, "Oh, she's one of the wives from Kiyoshi Ryuujin." But he doesn't. They don't feature the wives enough. It's like, I guess in a way because he has 6 wives that he has to showcase. They all have to split time evenly, essentially, and then
But
he's
then
the
they have
main
to split
focus.
yeah, but they have to split time with the dude who gets like half the time
Half the
already.
time, yeah, exactly. So
So-
it's like a divided by division. It's fucking on top of each other.
Yeah,
So
they get
it's-
like 1/12 of the time in the PV,
It's
basically.
really, really difficult for me to get into this group because of that. Like, if they featured the wives a little better, I feel like I'd be a little more attached to. Like, I could find a wife, like a waifu, right? A literal waifu. And I'll be like, oh, that's my waifu. Number 2 is my waifu, right? That's cool. It's hilarious.
It's not
I got
yours.
cucked.
It's his.
Wow. You know, that's cool. That's a cool concept. I'll be into that. Maybe I'm into cucking. I don't know. Maybe. But I don't know the members. How am I supposed to get into this? Like,
You have to
seriously.
be female and into him, I guess.
I guess, but then, like, if you're female, you have to, like, go
You got
up
6
against
wives.
6 wives, right? So,
Yeah.
god damn it, like, no one wins. I don't know who wins in this.
And you see how much attention each wife gets. It's about 5 seconds
5
every
seconds at a
30
time.
seconds.
Yeah. So, for me, I still have a lot of difficulty getting into the group.
Yeah.
Or him. Or him and his group.
Yeah, I mean, I think if this was done by anybody but him, it would probably feel better.
He looks like a C-list like reject from Exile without the dancing ability.
I definitely think he does not fit the mold for Exile, so...
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen the facial hair on Exile?
Yeah, but he just has a mustache.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought he had a bit of the look.
He doesn't have... His hair is not on point, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not Exile hair.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I just remember like the reason I thought he had like 40 wives or something was because like you remember the first one that we saw, Mr. Playboy.
Yeah.
It's like they had all the extras and stuff in that one.
Yeah.
But and I thought he narrowed it down to like 6 or something now.
No, because he started out with 6 or 7, something like that, and then with the first single, and then the one girl I guess got fed up. She got tired of not having any attention, divorced him.
Is that what they called it? Instead of graduating, you get a divorce.
I think so. Yeah, I think that was what they referred to it as.
What are they called in the divorces, for the most part? Irreconcilable differences?
Yeah.
That's probably what it is, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's just playing with his wives and, you know, on vacation near a beach, and, you know, the girls are playing in the pool amongst each other. That dynamic is still fucking weird. The polygamist dynamic, I still don't understand culturally.
Real life harems are like very uncomfortable.
I mean, there's a difference between a harem and polygamy, right? This is polygamy. Harem is like one-sided, right? Mostly.
No,
Not necessarily.
It doesn't have to.
Harem just means it's just like a gather. It's like a gathering, you know, or like
No, but
it's
like in anime, right? When there's a harem, like okay, let's use Nisekoi, the recently ended Nisekoi, as an example. Chitoge, I don't think approves of Onodera liking him, because if she likes him and they like they don't like each other because they're rivals, so they're not approving of their romantic feelings. While polygamy, it implies that all parties involved are like, hey, it's cool, you know, we can all marry this fucker.
obviously you don't read Nisekoi fanfiction.
Oh god.
I was thinking more along the lines of what is it? Love.
Love Hina.
Yeah. The only thing that came to mind was Love Live, and I knew that wasn't right.
No.
There's no
Yeah, Love-
dudes in that. There's literally,
Love Hina or
you know, any classic harem,
School
Yeah.
Rumble.
high school DxD.
Gross.
Just like, I guess I know what you mean by like there's a clear winner, but like I think that like the purest definition of a harem is supposed to be like it's just like
well,
one
the purest
person.
definition of a harem is generally slaves, because it was back when like the Arabs and stuff were
Yeah, and they had concubines and stuff.
that were in their harem.
Yeah.
So
This is more like the harem in the classic sense, I guess.
yeah, I guess in some ways.
It's just a gaggle of girls
Yep.
and the one dude.
I believe in Japanese, when, you know, olden times, feudal times, I think it was called the Ooku, where the the Shogun would just have a flock of ladies that tend to his every need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of his needs. Alright, anything else?
No.
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 Okay.
No.
Okay. Chase, go.
I'll give this song a give this song like a 78. I like it. I do agree. I think this is the best song that they've done so far. I forget who said that. I think that's you, Yoshi. Or it's
That
like
was
the
me.
one that you like the best, yeah.
Yep. This
Um,
one's the song that stood out the most of anything he's done.
I think this PV, however, on the other hand, was the creepiest one they've done yet.
Wait, it's not the one where they're playing in the field and there's foreign children running around them?
Oh wait. Why'd you remind me of that?
Oh, God, I'd
think
forgot
I like
about that
I think I
one.
like blocked that out of my memory.
Love and wife and peace.
Yes!
Heart.
Yeah, no, they put hearts at the end of all their like song names too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This whole thing just like oozes like ah. Okay, yeah, and I'll give this PV a 69 out of 100.
Oh.
Oh boy. I'll give this song like a 55. I really cannot stand the female vocals in this, and I'm not that impressed with him. He's a good songwriter, but as far as an actual singer, I'm not that into
I
him.
think he has an interesting voice, but it's the way it's mastered. It doesn't stand out really.
Yeah.
It kind of blends into the song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like his vocals. I don't mind it. It's just it's hard to stand out with that. It's sort of a weak voice, so
Yeah, he doesn't carry.
no, he doesn't, and it's raspy, so it's hard for him to carry. Anyways, I'll give the PV a 65. I think it's shot well. And I think, there are parts of it that I enjoy, like the little drumming he does on the girl's arm. I think it's really nice touch of his swagger and
It's
lady
very
man
it's a very nice
skills.
touch.
Yeah, it literally touch.
Mm-hmm.
Song, I really like the instrumentals. I really like parts of it, but yeah, like Draco, the girl's voices being completely undermined is super sad. I think I'll give it a 74. That's Kiyoshi Ryuujin 25, Aventure Shioyo.
Woohoo!
Next up, Shiny Days by P.
I don't think you got all the eyes. In
That's
peen.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 eyes. What the fuck?
What was the significance of the eyes again? I thought they established that a while back.
Is it supposed to?
I had
Mean
no
something?
idea.
Every member of the group has an I in their name, and there's 7 members.
Maybe.
I just made that up. I just fucking made that up. So
From this PV, it looks like there's only 2 of them.
yeah, well, yeah, at the
Um,
start at least.
These
Yeah.
7
two
for
are-
each member. Boy, consider in chat. Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
I got it right. So when one graduates, 6.
They have to take an eye out.
Yep. And then their
Um,
whole group is ruined.
Yeah, these two are not in the group.
No,
That's
this
what I
is.
thought. I'm like,
They're variety people, TV
Yeah,
variety
yeah.
folks.
like one of them looks like a dude.
One of them is a dude. He's
Yeah, one of them is a dude.
he's a
Yeah, that's
model.
That's all I was
at
like. I don't think this is
cross talento.
Mm-hmm.
They're named Peko and Ryucheru.
Yeah,
Guess-
I think,
Nice.
Guess what the guy's name is? It's Ryucheru.
yeah.
Not Rachel, but Ryu, because I'm assuming his real name is probably Ryu or something.
Ryucheru.
It's pretty good wordplay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't remember hearing anything by Peen. So
We've covered them before, like
I'm
a while
sure
back.
we
though.
have. I'm sure I have seen something by them, but I don't remember shit. And the first thing
Yeah.
that stood out to me was, wow, these instrumentals sound like fucking Biss. And of course, it's fucking Matsukuma Kenta who fucking wrote this song, who wrote like all the songs for Biss. This song
really?
sounds like a fucking Biss song. Yeah.
It sounds too poppy for Biss.
I think that depends on how the vocals are done, but like everything
Yeah.
about it.
Oh yeah.
This is fucking
Yeah, that's true,
PPCC essentially. It's essentially PPCC. The drum work, the drum fills are exactly the same. Like I'm getting to the point where I'm getting sick of his fucking music. The way he writes his songs. They all sound the same. It's fucking
He has one style.
He has fast snare drum fills, and all of his drums sound the same. It's fucking like getting on my nerves. Like I have the same complaint about every producer ever known. When they do something way too much, way too often, it sounds exactly the same. I have issues with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting to that point where this dude is just oversaturating like the market with more of his music. Like it's not bad, but it's not incredible either. Like Biss had something. They harnessed this energy, but now he's just passing it along to what was that group with the RPG concept? Last Question.
He's just selling it to the highest bidder at this point.
That song, what the song he wrote for Last Question sounds like a fucking Biss song, and so does this one. Like, he's got to change it up. He's got to change it up.
Well, I think you know I wasn't a big fan of Biss to start with, so this is like I never listened to enough to actually know that that's who this was. But I don't mind it too much in this.
This song's fairly unspectacular.
It is. It's not that great or even that good, but it's not bad.
Do you like it better than like other Biss songs?
Hell no.
What? The one like Biss song I know is Nerve.
Do you like it better than Nerve?
No.
I don't think he did Nerve.
Yeah, he didn't do Nerve.
He probably didn't do Nerve. So the one song that reminds me of this song is PPCC. It might not feel like that song, but there are parts of the drumming that are exactly the same.
Yeah,
Same
no,
kind of
I
drum
know what you're
fills.
talking about. Yeah.
The offbeat snare drum beats, like it's totally the same.
I don't know that song, so I know Nerve because there were a lot of other groups that covered that song.
Right. Yeah. I remember that. That was cool. So yeah, the song. I think it's a good song, but I'm not impressed. And it's him writing songs for other groups and making it sound the same as his classic Biss songs is starting to get on my nerves. Get on my nerve. Ha 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 ha. What about the PV here? So it features Peko and Ryucheru, and they're in a
static
small
shot.
ass room with clouds that are cotton, I guess.
It's
And
a
a
single
Japanese
perspective
flag,
shot PV.
sort of.
Mm-hmm.
It's honestly like
Really,
if you
boring.
watch it once, if you watch it once, it might not be too bad. But
It's
like,
so
if you watch
fucking
it, like,
boring.
Yeah,
The choreography, which apparently is the actual choreography, is just weird and
Are you sure?
nonsensical.
it involves them taking like part of the choreo is them like pretending to take a selfie with their cell phone.
With their
Is that
hand.
actual choreography?
Yeah,
I mean, they do it at the end with the entire group, so I have to think it is.
yeah.
At least parts of it.
I don't know. It's disappointing because the members come out for the last chorus.
Yeah, they're out for what, maybe 30, 45 seconds?
Yeah. It wasn't like that's why I was so misled the first time I watched it. I was like
You thought it was a duo.
I swear Pin had more. I was like, did Pin have a dude in it? I could have sworn they had more members.
I knew these two weren't I almost said Pims. I knew these two weren't in Peen because I've seen this guy before on TV. I've seen shows with him. So I'm like, okay, so they got a guest. Where are the members? And I wait 2.5 minutes to catch the last 45 seconds of the PV. And that's all the members there. And they're squeezed into this tiny-ass room. And I can barely see the members. In terms of length, the amount of time I saw them. And also because it's such a tiny ass room that I can't see like maybe more than a head of each member.
Yeah.
So I have huge qualms about this PV. If you're into the two people, the Peko and Ryucheru duo, that's cool. You might
This might be more for you.
Yeah, you might like it. But for me, I'm trying to get into Peen, and this is a horrific job of getting me into Peen. Nothing about this tells me that this is Peen. That's not good. That's not something you should be doing.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm already supposed to know Peen, but I'm sorry, you're not AKB, you're not Momoclo, you're not Morning Musume yet, okay? So I'm sorry I don't know you.
You're not household names yet.
No, I know Kuel, okay? That's a smaller group, okay? I know them, I know their members. Somehow they managed to capture my attention with their members. They couldn't do it here. You know, it's a one-time thing, I get it. I'm sure their other PVs are fine, but yeah, this is not something I'd look for in idol PVs.
Yeah.
I tried watching a thing with him on it, some variety show with him on it, and I blasted about 15 seconds.
I'm sure his shtick is, I'm an effeminate male.
I couldn't stand his voice.
Oh, he talks with like a high-pitched voice or something?
Yeah, just... He kind of talks like that, like he's a little slow.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And with the high pitch too, and it just didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
Doesn't tickle your fancy.
Yeah. It's not like that one guy that they had on AK Bingo for a while there. The gay dude, can't think of his name either. Now. It's been like 2 years since he's been on, so.
Anything else?
No. I think this is it.
Alright, Chase.
Dang. I'll give this song a 59. It didn't do much for me at all. This is like a watered down version of PPCC, like you said. Like it was like, and PV I will give a 50 flat. It was very uninteresting. I hate static solo shots, especially in a room like that. There's just not anything to look at. You can once over it in like a second, and you'll know everything in that room.
Oh yeah, easily.
It's 2.5 minutes of two people. How much can you do with that in a static shot, you know?
Unless you're like really big fans of them, then I can understand that.
Yeah.
Then you know, like the background doesn't matter that much. But for the casual viewer, you know, you're not winning any points here.
Yeah.
If they had props in there to help with their acting,
yeah, if they're holding up stuff like with the lyrics and stuff, that'd been really cool. But
I mean, there's one where she's like trying on glasses. If they had actual glasses there for her to use, it would have been more interesting.
The fact that they're acting it out and not actually having the objects in their hands makes it like super
campy.
Yeah, and flat and boring.
Yeah. I'd give this song like a 62. It's an alright song. I'm not hot on it, but it's alright. If you like the style of music and you're not tired of it by now, you know, give it a shot, but don't have too high an expectation of it.
I'll give the PV a 48. Everything we complain about, I am totally agreeing with. Song, I'll give a 72. I think that's pretty good. I think it's pretty catchy. I think it's got a nice hook to it. But I'm tired of hearing Matsukuma Kenta's one style of music. He needs to change it up. Especially change his drums. I'm tired of the sound of his drums. I'm tired of it.
He has one drum track that he's got in his mixer.
It's mind-numbing how easy it is to spot his drumming, like, or his, you know, recording of his drums. It's so easy to spot, and I'm tired of it. Just at least change the sound, you know? Like, the snare drum is so obvious.
He's using the same drum plugin.
Yeah, it's so obvious. I fucking change it up, seriously. It's so annoying. Alright, that's, Ping! Is that long enough?
Sure.
Alright, that was Shiny Days. Next up, who likes twins?
Twins.
Sure.
You
Oh,
guys like
this.
twins? Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Mika, Rika. That's the twins. They're twins. They're a twin idol group. Song's called Tada no Onna. Just a girl. Just a woman. So, the PV starts off with Chase on the phone with his friend.
Why? I didn't know I act like such a girl when I'm on the phone.
you know
Maybe
what?
you do.
Okay, which one's Chase? The one in the white or the one in the checkered?
Well, the guy
I'm
with the
assuming the one
glasses.
the checkered. Yeah.
Okay, so it's DLJ in the white.
Oh, yeah, I could see it. He looks like David. Yeah, he looks like him. I could see
Wait,
that.
so
well-
when I'm on the phone, I go like, like
Yes.
flip fucking out. and
Yes.
Just,
Yes,
You do that.
great.
but
This
I
guy?
can see David doing that where he's just like talking over you, not a word in edgewise.
Yep.
Yeah. That's
He's like, hey, I got this little project. I'm gonna force all of it onto you. It's cool, right? I'm gonna come over tomorrow. I'll help you out. Don't worry about it. I was like, hey, cool, thanks. All right. And you're like, fuck. Not that he's done that, but that's the kind of things he would do if, like,
That's
he was like
the
your
kind of-
coworker.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
So I turned the volume up, and I still couldn't understand what the guy was telling him to do. But he's freaking out. I don't know why, and he starts.
I think it's something like he won like something to see like to meet Mika and Rika.
Oh,
I think that was it.
I couldn't tell.
I have no idea.
Just like
I
purely
couldn't tell.
based off his reaction and like what happens in the PV.
Well,
'Cause
I
he
thought.
keeps daydreaming about being with them.
Okay, so I thought it was just a daydream. I didn't realize he was planning for a meetup. That's why I was having a hard time understanding what was going on.
Yeah, it's
Well,
like
that
he
would make
wants
sense.
something. Yeah, and it's
That,
like
that
he
would
keeps
make
daydreaming,
sense
yeah.
with him like creating the pictures with the backgrounds and stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
guess
Well-
I'm assuming that's what that's supposed to
Well,
be.
his reaction to me was more of a negative reaction, like, "Oh my God,
Yeah.
why are you doing this to me?" kind of thing, rather than, "Oh my God, I get to meet two gorgeous girls."
Yeah.
I think well, cause like immediately after that he went on like that picture site or whatever, and he started just looking at pictures of them, and he's like, "Oh, like what is this?" And he's like getting closer and closer to the screen and stuff. So it's like he's like, "Oh my
was-
God, they're so pretty or whatever." You
He
know?
was putting all of the images in his Yank bank.
Thanks, Yoshi. Thanks. That's great.
Well, to be fair, the song, the lyrics, they talk about very explicit things. Not
Oh,
like,
really?
I'm gonna do this thing to you, but like, it's very like, hey, you're a guy, I'm a girl, you know what that means? Hint, 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 wink, wink, type of situation, so.
Lovely.
Yeah, so it implies a lot of things. Like, the PV does imply that, like, he might have been pleasuring himself at one point, and he wakes up to it or whatever. So it's kind of weird. I don't know what's real, what's fake. And he
Okay.
dances with the two members.
yeah.
Yeah, which is
In his daydream.
It's amazing.
it's
I-
kind
I-
of weird.
It's amazing.
Be honest. To be quite honest, I really like the dance.
Yeah. The chorus
I
dance,
think
it's so easy, but it's just so dumb and funny looking that I love
think
it.
it's super charming.
Yeah.
Like I like it a lot.
I think the girls were great, but I just find him
Mm-hmm.
kind of weird to be in the middle of it all.
You know what? In this
Why
context,
you call me weird, Draco?
why not?
How do you know
Because
this
you
isn't
are?
how I live every day?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Well,
I'm just like
Drake-
thrashing around on the ground, just like.
Draco, you're the Yagami Kumi expert. Do you get any Yagami Kumi vibes from the twins? I'm getting them real hard.
Not
That was a
too
poor
much,
choice of
no.
words.
Not really for me, no.
When I first saw them, I was like, oh, they sort of reminded me of Yagami Kumi. I just wanted to throw it out there.
A bit. In certain shots, I can tell what you're saying.
Some of the pictures.
And we all love Yagami Kumi.
Yeah, I mean, I like them. I actually had to look it up just to make sure that they were actually sisters and not just two lookalikes. But
They look way too close to like not be
Well,
twins.
I've seen some lookalikes that are pretty damn close, but
Some JAV lookalikes,
Oh god.
no,
celebrity doubles.
most of them now, some celebrity doubles. You know,
So
but-
one of the twins is going to star in their own film. Former National Idol lookalike. That's every title for a idol that turns to porn. Former National Idol blank.
Yeah.
Lookalike thingamajiggy.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
song is atmospheric synth pop.
Yeah, it's like dream synth pop.
Yeah.
It's
It's got a nice feel to it.
yeah. I quite like the song. I quite enjoy the song. It's very the vocals remind me a lot of like Daoko vocals, if you're familiar with that vocalist.
Like whispery.
Yeah, but it's not quite as whispery.
Mm-hmm.
And like I like the half whisper rap as well.
Yeah.
That's yeah, it's something only like a couple artists do, but seems to be kind of picking up in popularity. Which
I think
Yeah.
I think this style of like the whisper rapping or the whisper spoken word whispering vocals, I think works for a song or two, but when you like you can't do an entire album of it, right? I think that
Yeah.
that's a little too stale for me, at least.
Mhm.
They've tried.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I probably can't get into that. But like
Yeah.
this as a one-off thing, I'm totally into.
yeah, I love it as one-offs for sure.
Yeah, it's good. I still like the dude getting punched in the face, waking up.
Yeah, the first punch was really weak. It didn't make contact, but the second one, it looked like he actually got like a nice little like forearm in there.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like this one. It's good. It's soothing. I got a bit of a like Rhineberry feel to the music.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And
Rhineberry
the-
does
the
rap,
vocals.
and it's this music to rap is.
Well, it's like if Rhineberry ditched like the '90s rap, like kind of, or like the '80s '90s like rap instrumental, and
Yeah.
went like 2000s dream pop instead.
This would be a cool song to rap over. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And what Rhineberry should do is have one of them sing and the other one rap. That's another thing they should do. Not both rap the entire time. Here's a concept.
Yeah.
Maybe you should make an idol group, Yoshi.
Yeah, I will. I'm in it. Now I'm gonna sing and rap.
you could.
I'm gonna do
You're
both.
gonna be like,
And
You
play
gotta
the
make like-
drums.
I'm gonna be
And
fucking. I'm gonna be Mike Shinoda and Chester Parkerfield
Bennington.
Bennington.
Get your names right, God.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know my Linkin Park names except for Mike Shinoda and Brad. Brad Austin.
No.
I don't know him at all. So
And DJ Khan.
Mike Hahn.
Mike Khan.
It's
Uh,
great,
God.
Mr. Hahn. All right.
Han. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Hahn.
Oh, okay. Not Khan. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Chuck
Alright,
Khan. All right. Anything
Should we-
else? That sounds like a no.
Good.
All right, go
Yeah.
for it, Chase.
No?
All right. I'll give this song an 89 out of 100. I really like this song quite a lot. And I'll give this PV a 79 as well. I thought it was super weird, but it was also very strangely charming. Also, I think it's because I'm quite innocent on the lyrics because I don't understand them. Pretty sure if I understood it, it'd be quite more creepy.
Yeah, it's
But-
pretty suggestive. Like,
yeah,
it's not-
but
It's not overt, but it's suggestive.
yeah, but from my point of view, like the song is quite a different experience from that. So yeah,
yeah, I could see that. I'd give the song a I give the song a 78. I really like this song. Even though I'm not generally hot on the like whisper vocals, I think it works really well with this instrumental.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give the PV a 82. Super enjoyable, really well shot, clean, really funny, really charming, and interesting. Gotta love it. Song, I think I'm gonna give a 78. It's pretty catchy. The instrumentals are great. It feels a little more catchier, a little higher for me, but yeah, about 78 for me. So that's Mika Rika, Tada no Onna. Next up, any Harry Potter fans in the house?
Is that what this was supposed to be?
You like magic?
Hey kids, wanna buy some magic?
You want to go to a magic school? So, this group's theme, they go to a magical school. And I think it was called like Tiger Direct or something, but I'm sure that's an electronics website.
Yeah.
So, I don't think it's Tiger
Yeah, it
Direct,
is.
but it's Tiger something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So this song, not the song, this group is called Magical Punchline. Song's called Majikayo Bidi Bidi Punchline. And this is, I believe, their first single. Or they're debuting with a mini album in about 2 weeks' time. Never heard of this group. Didn't even know this was a thing. But I was absolutely blown away by the song. It is layered upon layers of like epic themes, not like super long like Bohemian Rhapsody themes, but there's portions of the song where it's cut into slices of, hey, we're gonna do a hard like metal part here, we're gonna do a cutesy part here, and we're gonna do this part where it's soft and kind of off tempo, and it's super interesting. I think it's super catchy.
This song's really this song like led me quite the wrong direction at the beginning. The intro was like way too like epic and metal to like go what it went into, and I was just like, what the heck is this?
And the
I'm like,
chorus is like straightforward pop, idol pop, pop rock.
Yeah, it was just like very unexpected.
Yeah.
When I first, it was like, oh my god, it's gonna be so epic when it drops, and it's like, I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
I love the chorus. It's got such a good hook to it. That is such a good hook,
Yeah.
and it's comes out of nowhere. And then like post chorus, right after the chorus, it goes into like this weird
It
breakdown.
changes the feel.
It's
it changes
so
the
cool.
Feel. Yeah.
It is so cool. It's just you have to hear it and then appreciate the musicality involved in this. It just everything just makes sense as as one piece, but parts of it, like if you separate them, if you think about it, they don't make sense.
I still don't think it quite meshes as smoothly as they wanted it to, but
No,
I acknowledge that like they tried.
I think it's super interesting.
It feels like like when I first heard it, like my initial like knee-jerk reaction was like, man, whoever wanted to produce this really wanted to make like a really heavy song, but he couldn't, so he had to compromise, and so he just kind of threw in what he could. That was like my initial reaction, because like parts of, like I can hear like multiple different like styles of like rock in here, and then there's just like idle pop just like splashed in there.
I imagine this as more of a less artistic, less convoluted version of Pompara Pecoruna Papiota from Ebichu, aka Gogo Nanani Sanni Re.
Mm-hmm.
It has the similar concept of just throwing random musical concepts into it. It's just each part of this song is easier to digest, while Pompara Pecoruna from last year is a little more out there, even with each part. I think that's why this song is easier to digest for me. I don't have to
Yeah.
sit there and piece together. I just think this is a metal part, this is the idly part, this is the weird breakdown part. While Pompara Pecorona was just like, what the fuck is this mess? I don't know what this is. Like Kano
This is
Yoko,
the
I think
Queen
Kano Yoko.
part. This is.
Yeah, like Kano Yoko did some crazy shit in that song. I love that song, but like this is more of your water it down. Let's make it a little more mainstream, accessible to do like these weird epic songs.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah, like this song is just a further like contributor of my annoyance with idol groups like not fully like what's the word? Like dedicating themselves to something, you know? Cuz it still sounds like they're just like still just tossing stuff in to the song and like hoping it sticks to the wall at times. That's just my dissenting opinion, but it's like because there's several groups who just like they'll put in like hard rock parts and then they just switch back to idle pop and it's like, okay, well, were you serious about that?
Passcode?
Or no, Passcode is a full. They do full 100% in, which is why I like Passcode because they go full crabcore, or at least their old stuff was full crabcore. But it's like I'm talking more about I guess stuff like Death Rabbits at times. You know, it's like they're trying to be super hard, and with the music, but then like as soon as it comes to the chorus, it's just like happy idol stuff. You know,
I mean,
I don't know.
They're trying to maintain their identity, right? Because if they didn't do the super idol stuff, they'd just be called baby metal, rip-offs.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, yeah, man, we want to be heavy, but we're also still idols. So we have to here look at how kawaii we are and shit.
Yeah.
And then like it's like
I don't know.
I don't like this. I don't like the split identity complex that some groups have. It's like this one's like they're it feels like the dude who made the music had kind of he almost had like a bipolar issue with this song because it was like there's some very good like hard rock musical ideas thrown in there, but then they were like juxtaposed right next to this really generic but good idol song. You know, I kind of want to see them like separate it and just draw the line a bit more.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said.
Yeah, it's just my personal beef with idol music.
I
that
agree.
only pertains to me.
I agree that it's no. I feel the same way about groups that don't do it fully, right? But when you do it fully, how do you separate yourself from other groups that do it fully? That's my issue, right? So if they just did the whole metal thing, it's like, okay, are they just another group that's just gonna do metal? Like, I'm trying to think.
Passcode, Hime-kyun.
You mean Fruit Can or whatever?
Yeah.
Hime-kyun does more punk rock, but
Yeah.
There's a group that did Suck My. No, that's not it. Not Suck. Clever Dick.
Oh yeah, Clever Dick.
Fruit Pochette, all right?
Yeah.
Like how do you separate Fruit Pochette from fucking another group that does like straight up metal? Because that group is straight up metal. There's no like idly parts in it.
I think Fruit Pochette has their own unique identity. Like I
But
feel
it's
like
straight
they
up
carved
metal.
it out. Yeah. But you can differentiate like straight up metal groups, you know? Like just the way that you could differentiate certain like straight up metal idol groups.
But they would be in the category of metal.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a really weird gray line that they have to tread sometimes.
Like it's like a difference between like, okay, this group is a metal band, this group is post-hardcore. While they have very similar concepts, it sounds very different.
Mhm.
So it's hard to do that for idol music because it's essentially pop music that's produced on a keyboard for the most part. So it's hard to say this is post SKE. This is pre AKB. You have to make shit up like that. But it's hard to do that.
Yeah,
I understand.
Yeah, it's just like they don't even need to be like full metal. It's like just don't use other genres as a sprinkle as like a season as like a I'm gonna just sprinkle a little punk rock in there,
Right.
Like don't do that.
Like
crap.
as a change of pace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, fully commit or go home.
You should go listen to Pompara Piccolo now. I don't think you were there for that show.
I
When we
was
talked
not.
about it. You should
Yeah.
check that out. That's fucking insane. It's
Yeah,
done by
that-
Kana Yoko, so I think.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That song's like really freaking crazy because it's got like here's your Queen and here's your Eagles and here's your Beatles and what?
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
just toss. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to get a link from you after the show.
Anything else on? We haven't talked about the PV. It's very green screen heavy for the most part, except for they have a white set with a little bit of furniture and pictures in the background, but that's about it. Everything else is essentially just green screen solo shots. Nothing too
Some
crazy.
CG.
There's that black set too that they have. It's like very dimly lit with like stuff hanging
I
behind
think
it.
that's just the white set with the lights turned off.
Could
Oh
be.
yeah, you might be right. Oh yeah, you are right. Yeah.
Cause
Yeah, it's the same decorations. Yeah, you're right.
yeah,
Recycling.
I don't like the borders on the top and bottom.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. It's
I find those highly distracting.
hmm
Um,
It's a bit much because like they have the borders and then they also have like the what we've coined the Dempa-esque like splotches of color everywhere
yeah,
and shapes. So it's like I feel like you either have to do like one or the other, not both. Because then after like when you have both the frame and the like all the splotches going off, it's like half the picture is taken up.
It's sort of like they
Yep.
did the widescreen version of it, you know?
hmm
Like
yeah.
they made it even wider.
They did
Yeah.
the two. Yeah, the 2.3
Except-
to 6 or 19 or whatever.
Except it's not wide because the members get hidden behind the frames, so it's
Yeah.
really fucking stupid.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just
It would be better with a static border than the animated border.
yeah. I don't. The bordering of any kind is a fucking bad idea. Go fucking look at Sweet Marmalade from AKB, the one Future Girls or Next Girls song that was from like 2-3 years ago. That's a great PV, except for the fucking bordering. Like it's fucking dumb as fuck.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
need to frame it like that.
It's so dumb. Anything else?
No.
No.
Yeah, that's about it.
Chase?
I'll give this song. I give this song a 70. Like, despite like all my criticism for it, there's parts of it that I really like. It's just I go hard on it because like this is my favorite genre. Like hard rock and metal is like one of my favorite genres in music. So you know I want it to be good if I'm gonna listen to it. You know, and I'll give the PV like a. I give it a 67. I like some parts of it, and I really don't like other parts of it, so it kind of balances it out.
I think I'd give this song like a 67. It's just not. It doesn't catch me for me. It's all right, but it doesn't make me want to spam it at myself.
Mhm.
I am absolutely the highest on the song here.
Yeah, you sounded like you really liked the song before I started shutting it down.
It's so fucking catchy. That chorus is like an instant hook. I think the concepts are super intriguing. It might not fit very well together, but it makes sense in my head. And I think it's fun and it's interesting. You sort of don't know what you're getting next, so I like that part about it. And I think it's a super catchy song. That chorus is ridiculously hooky.
Yeah, chorus is definitely the best part of the song.
I'll give the song an 85. I really like the song. This is an instantly on my playlist type of thing. PV, it's got a little Japan filter on it too, so the color sucks. It's a little faded. It's not a very good PV. I'm gonna give it like a 55. I don't like the PV at all. So yeah, that's Majikaru Punchline. Majikayo Beady Beady Punchline. Next up, in the last PV we're gonna talk about, we're gonna go to school, guys. Rocka Japonica. Japonica. Kyoka Shock.
Another Stardust group.
Yeah, that Stardust group that were like, hey, this group sort of doesn't really have a personality going.
Look at those stockings, though.
It's kind of badass.
I think my biggest complaint about this PV was the lame ass freaking erasers that they were pretending to use as microphones.
Really? I thought that was neat. That's different.
I don't see a point in a PV for them to have microphones, period.
No, you don't. But, like, they're in a school setting. You see the chalkboard behind them, and desks and chairs floating in the air. So why not? You might use a fucking mic, you know. You might use the eraser as a fucking mic in that
If
one.
you're
yeah.
like playing pretend.
Yeah, I
like
could
during
definitely
class.
see that, but I don't know.
You just don't like the idea of using erasers as mics.
No, I just don't like the idea of a mic in a PV.
Oh,
But it's not a
fits
mic.
sometimes, but like it has to be in like a certain context, I assume.
Yeah, I mean, if they were like pretending to practice, I'd be okay with it. But as this is like the main dance scene of the PV, it just, I don't know.
I would
It doesn't work for
I would
me.
agree that if they were holding an actual mic, it would look fucking weird. But since they're holding erasers, I
Yeah.
think it's fine.
I think it's more charming than like
Yeah.
being like. I feel like when they perform this live anyway, they're not using headsets, they're using mics. So I think this is part of the choreo, you know.
I mean, the whole concept of the PV is studying or books and
I
learning
just
because
realized.
Kyoka shock is a play on the word kyokasho, which is textbook. So the whole
Oh.
thing is like about studying, and so
Okay.
it makes sense.
I just realized those. I'm not too sure those aren't actual microphones.
Oh, what?
They actually have a wire coming out of the bottom, like it's an antenna.
Well, yeah, maybe they added it to
Or
make it
power.
more like a microphone.
Maybe, but I don't know.
Might not be a functioning microphone. I mean, it's not like you'd need it to film a PV anyways. You just pretend
Yeah.
like it is.
Yeah, that's why it kind of makes me wonder. But it's hard
I
to
mean-
say from the angle and the shots that are available.
I feel like that'd be pretty expensive to manufacture erasers that work as microphones.
Yeah, I think it's just a problem.
Yeah.
I think the concept, like the main concept of the PV, is the members sitting on a desk, like a school desk, and they're being like pushed through their neighborhoods and around the city, and then you get like this moving background, and the members are singing at the camera in front of them. I think it's super neat, super
Yeah,
interesting. I love that.
I like that a lot. hmm
Yeah.
It
Well,
added
more
it
than
added a
first
lot of charm and personality to this PV. It gives each member a lot of screen time. It adds a very interesting background that doesn't detract from the member, but rather like adds, you know,
Yeah.
by providing an an atmosphere and environment to it. I think the whole concept of them kind of like gliding around on their desk is really cool.
It's like taking such a grounded concept of studying and learning,
Making
and
it absurd.
textbooks. Yeah, and it's crazy because like one of the members turns into like a person who's very well known in Japan. I don't know his name. I think it's like Ninomiya Ginjiro or something like that. He's
Is it the
dude
he's like
carrying,
bent
like-
over?
yeah, he's carrying like I think his lore is that he was carrying rice like on his back or something. I forgot what his thing was, but I'm pretty sure that's a reference to that. So it becomes like this whole surreal thing of such a grounded concept, and I think it's a neat little PV here. I think it's really charming too. The members each have a different subject too. That's what makes it kind of varied, because one of them's carrying a globe because they're into history. One of them has like a beaker and little glass things because they're science, math.
No one has like art
English.
supplies.
Yeah, exactly. So it's super super varied and little details that they paid attention to. I think that's really neat.
I am curious to see to know just how accurate it is. Are these like their favorite subjects or just random ones that they got picked for?
I mean, they all had
Yeah.
different subjects, so I'm assuming they were just randomly picked for, because like what are the chances that two people don't have the same favorite subject?
I don't know. And it's hard to say in that small of a group. It took me a while to figure out that the one was math, though. I thought it was like geometry, not just math. But
I mean, it's almost the same thing.
I mean, it's under that umbrella.
yeah.
The song. We haven't talked about the song. It's pretty straightforward.
It's a good straightforward for me.
It's a good straightforward. And I think the way they sing at least the verses, they're trying to portray a personality, sort of the Stardust style, where when you hear a voice or the way they sing, you know it's Sasaki Ayaka, you know it's Ariyasu Momoka, you know it's Hirota Aika, you know it's Akimoto Honoka, you know? When you hear their voice, you know. Those people have very distinct voices.
It's hard not to know it's I when she's singing.
Exactly. They don't have that yet, but they're trying to portray it in the way that they're enunciating and the way they're pronouncing words, the way they're breaking up the words into, different rhythm. I think they're trying to be a little more personable, but still not there yet, so it feels a little flat. It doesn't have that Stardust charm yet. But I think they're trying.
A lot better than their first single.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
I think they're making great progress with this song.
This is way more interesting than that fucking pentagram summoning monster song that they had.
Yeah, what the heck was that, man?
Yeah, I mean, the PV was crazy, and then the song was very unmemorable. I think this song is way better. Way better.
Yep.
And it's got a nice little hook, too.
Mm-hmm.
I like the logo.
Yeah, Rock Japonica.
Yeah, the logo on the chalkboard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one's very cool.
That. Oh yeah,
it's like a
it's Mount Fuji.
Sun, yeah,
the sun
it's like a modern design of like Mount Fuji.
Yeah,
I guess
it's neat.
Yeah,
I would take that on a shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? No.
Nah.
Chase, rate it.
I'll give this song an 84. It was a very this is a good example of how to do a good generic idol song, I feel. And I'll give this this is my highest PV of the night. I'll give this PV an 87. Quite enjoyed it. I like I said earlier, the death shots were the best shots for me. And even when it wasn't death shots, there's enough stuff going on there that they were doing that was entertaining to watch. Plus, I thought the choreo was pretty decent too. How about you, Draco?
I would give the song an 80, maybe an 83. I do enjoy this song more than just about anything else tonight. So the PV I would give. Yeah, I guess I could do that one now rather than later. I'll give the PV an 80. I really like this, the way this is done.
It's definitely not I can tell that this is not a hate PV for you.
No. I'm curious to know what they used to pull them around town. Whether they used an actual car or if it was on
I think they put on a trolley of some kind.
Yeah.
I think
a wagon. Yeah.
Probably a bike or something.
The way that they shot it made it look like it was like freeze frame animation though, or not it's
well, some of it was stop motion animation.
Yeah, some of it was stop motion, when you could clearly see the legs on the ground, the legs of the desk on the ground, that was stop motion, but everything else was just it
definitely
gave the appearance of it.
Yeah, it's definitely definitely being pulled by something, whether it be a bike or a car or what.
Yeah, probably.
Rickshaw.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I think I'm gonna give the PV an 85. I think my issue is there's a little bit of a Japan filter, just a slight tint. So I gotta subtract points for that. I think I would have given it a 90 if it wasn't for that. But it's a fantastic PV. Like, the visuals are super intriguing. Even the art, even the dumb art is, like, it makes sense with the PV. So, the concept, the themes, everything visually is super awesome. Song, I think it's catchy. I think it's good. Well produced. Just needs that little bit of a personality addition to it, and it'll be, like, perfect.
I think they're on their way to developing it, which is
I
good.
hope so, because they're
Yeah.
under Stardust, so that's like the number one thing that they're good at is having the members like express themselves through singing in their songs. So I think they'll work on it. They'll get better. I'm gonna give the song an 80. I think it's definitely above average and a really good song that would definitely end up on my playlist. That's Rocka Japonica Kyoka Shock. That is
I like
it.
the outfits.
Yeah, the outfits are
Yeah,
nice too.
outfits
Yeah.
are great too.
Like, everything visually is fucking awesome.
Yeah, Stardust does good visuals. I
Yep.
gotta give
Yeah.
them that.
Hard to
Alright.
find a Stardust PV that's not visually appealing.
That's it for tonight. But before we end the show, we're going to guess the two PVs that Draco hated. It definitely wasn't Kyoka Shock. So,
I think one of them was Hauptharmonie PV.
okay. And what about the other one?
Oh, this is the hard one. It's either Kiyoshi Ryuujin or
This should be the easy one.
I guess I'll just go Kiyoshi Ryuujin because
Don't say your answer yet. Don't say your answer yet, Draco. So you said Hauptharmonie and
Kiyoshi
Ryuujin.
Ryuujin. But I think I'm wrong.
Before the show, I thought it was Kiyoshi Ryuujin and Peen. But after the show, I think it's Hauptharmonie and Peen. So I don't know which one you give me credit for. I guess after the show type of thing, because Chase,
Yeah.
you made your decision after the show. So I'm gonna go with Hauptharmonie and Peen. What is your two hated PVs from tonight, Draco?
Yeah, Chase is right.
Oh, fuck!
Yeah,
Harmony and Kiyoshi Ryuujin.
Yeah.
God damn it!
Yeah.
All right, Chase, you're gonna be winning a plaque of some kind from NSK.com.
Yes. I've been waiting my whole life for this.
Yeah, so look out for that
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
anytime, man.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, that's the one that he hated.
Now we gotta do
Maybe-
MVPV.
Congratulations, Chase, MVPV of the night. I think I know which one's winning, but I wanna say my arguments for the other ones first. I think
it's gonna be split.
it's gonna be unanimous.
Yeah, I do too.
For me, Hauptharmonie, the song is awesome, super intriguing, just not enough to carry the ridiculous PV. Kiyoshi Ryuujin, I think the song was better, but not great. PV was pretty fun, I like that. Peen, song was good. PV was eh.
Very.
Mika, oh, I forgot about Mika Rika. Okay, yeah, I guess we might be in a split decision here.
Heh 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 heh.
Alright, so give me your top two, Chase.
My top two. Number one, Mika Rika Tadano Ona. And number two is Rocka Japonica Kyoka Shock.
Okay, Draco.
I only had one, so that was Rocket Japonica.
I guess I'm the tiebreaker.
What were your choices? What are your top two?
My top two is Mika Rika and Rocket Japonica.
I guess we have to give it to Rocket Japonica by default, but
I think for me personally, I think Rocket Japonica has more replay value just because Mika Rika's music. It's not my kind of music. I don't listen to that kind of genre all the time, and it's something that I don't really feel in the mood for at any point in my life. I just think it's good. I appreciate it for what it is. That's why I gave it a really good score. I think I gave it 82 for the song.
Yeah.
I think it's a great song, but it just not in my daily life. That song just does not enter the conversation in my daily life.
Yeah.
So I would give it to Rocket Japonica. Would you like to make your case, Chase, for Mika Rika?
I mean, my whole case for Mika Rika is entirely personal because I love that style of music. I thought the PV was very charming. It had an understandable storyline for the most part, even though I don't understand the language. And yeah, that's honestly about it. Like the music's usually the deal breaker, or it's like the deal maker or the deal breaker for me, and I really enjoyed that song.
Okay.
So yeah, the PV just happened to be the icing on the cake for me.
Are you willing
But-
to concede?
Yeah, since Rocka Japanica was my second, yeah,
Okay.
I can.
All right. So Rocka Japonica for Kyoka Shock is the MVP of the night. The folks at Evil Line Records and Stardust Management should be expecting a nice little award from us. Contact newschoolkaidan.com. We'll get you guys hooked up with a little plaque and a little fucking diploma-looking paper shit, whatever fucking thing.
We'll also send you 10 different varieties of Pocky.
Yeah, like the ones that they get and they have.
Yeah,
And
the ones
Because
that
they live in
could-
Japan.
Yeah.
The ones they could buy for a lot cheaper than we can.
Those that they can go to 7-Eleven next door and
No.
just buy.
Okay, so their Pocky for our Pocky is Oreos, I think.
Oh,
But
is
I
that,
think they
is that
have.
what we have?
There are more and more Oreos making it over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, there were no Oreos in the supermarkets. But I remember getting Oreos because I used to trick or treat at a military base nearby,
Mhm.
where there were American people.
Interesting.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or Twinkies.
I remember getting Almond Joys, and I fucking hated it.
So you basically had the
Why?
American childhood trick or treat anyway, where everyone
Because
gets
I don't like
almond joys.
coconuts. Because Almond Joys they have
Oh.
coconuts in them. I don't like them.
I love.
I like coconuts. You can just give it to me.
Yep,
Give it to me.
it's
and
all
Jacob.
yours. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next week.
Later.
Goodbye.